Hello there. I have an interesting topic for today. Last night I kind of fell down this deep rabbit hole on YouTube where I was kind of searching for people with mental illness or with divergent personalities. And I ended up finding a couple of people with schizophrenia, including this 15-year-old girl who was very chatty about it and very insightful. It was really interesting to watch. Then I found this guy who only posted like 2 videos on his page. He is a sociopath. The title of his video was First Day Diagnosed as a Sociopath. The channel name was Isaiah Green. But he only has like 2 videos, so I wish he would post more because it was really interesting to listen to him. And from there, I found professionals talking about the red flags of antisocial behavior or sociopath behavior, which is like the smirk or the smile, and how like the upper half of the face never matches with the lower half of the face, and their body language is completely different to the expressions they're putting on because they don't feel emotions, at least good ones, so they have to pretend. Very Dexter level stuff here. Someone was explaining how the eyes will pretty much remain neutral, and then the bottom half of the face will be like the smile, or they have like dead eyes, which I still don't understand that one, but we'll get to there. Sometimes if they are practiced or rehearsed, they can do better at making their faces match, but if you catch them off guard, like with bad news, their faces won't match. And there's something known as like the sociopathic smile, which is basically like, I don't know. And this kind of creeped me out because as an American here in a lot of countries where there's multiple levels of courtesy, we're expected to smile all the time and hide our emotions away, check them at the door. If you're at work, you better be smiling and positive and happy all the time. And it's really easy to tell when someone is fake smiling, at least for me, which is like all the time. And seeing all this stuff about how antisocial people behave, it makes me wonder, is this the reason why autistic people have such a hard time interacting with people in the public or making eye contact? Because maybe we're detecting this sociopathic behavior in everybody and it's throwing us for a loop. I don't know. Another one of the things that's mentioned is the dead eyes or the dead stare. Well, they'll just stare intently into your eyes and they will not break eye contact. It's like they're studying you. And that plus the smile. So now I'm seeing a correlation. Okay, maybe the dead stare and the fake smile are intimidating. They're meant to intimidate. So when all of society is expecting us to maintain eye contact and smile all the time, it's incredibly intimidating to those of us with autism. So just existing out there in the world, it triggers us. Like we're constantly on the defensive because we're like, everyone is a threat. On a subconscious level, I feel like maybe people with autism may detect that before a lot of normal people would, but because it's so like mandated in our society now that it's just everyone is a threat. Now, I never feel right fake smiling. We have a really hard time faking emotions we don't feel, which I guess is the opposite of like a sociopath where they master the art of faking. I guess more like psychopaths are better. Like that's the difference. Like psychopaths are better at like pretending, but sociopaths are more impulsive. They don't really need to master it. I don't know. I'm not a sociopath and I'm not a professional reader, but fake smiling and faking emotions I don't feel, it always felt so wrong to me. I feel like, why am I being forced to lie to people all the time or cover how I really feel? That's so off to me and many people like me. And that's what got me wondering about this. Is this why we're so creeped out by like eye contact and like the fake smile, and are our brains kind of pinging this as a threat and that's what's making us uncomfortable and like inward? Is it like I'm the prey and I'm surrounded by predators? I'm not sure which one's actually the predator. Like, I don't know. When I was a teenager and I guess a young adult, I would often get called a psycho or a creepy because I would stare at people. I wouldn't stare into their eyes, but I would stare at a person, primarily someone that I had a crush on or like someone that was pleasing to the eye. And I know the reason that I did this was because I have what's called prosopagnosia, which is face blindness. If I imagined somebody's face for long enough, I would forget what they look like. It would just become like a blurred face, or it would swap in with a similar face but it's not that person, and it was really annoying and confusing, and I never knew why that was happening. So when I'd see them again in real life, I would stare at them and I would study their features, and I would try to put it all together so that I could maybe try to prevent that from happening, where I could think about it later and not forget what they look like. You know, because that's what teenagers do. You muse over somebody and, you know, you get obsessive. Does everybody do that, or is that just we have the autism? I don't know. But I would obsess over like a crush or whatever, and I would forget what they look like. So I would stare at people because I didn't want to forget what they looked like. And I'll make another video specifically about this, just so I don't want to have too many topics here, but that's just an explanation why autistic people will stare at somebody. But it's different from like the sociopathic stare, where they're just like focused on you and you are their prey. So I guess there are a few similarities. A lot of people think autistic people are crazy before they're diagnosed because they do exhibit a lot of similar symptoms or red flags that I guess come off as creepy to other people. My thing right now is I'm kind of tired of hearing about mental illness from the perspective of people that don't have it. I want to learn about schizophrenia from a schizophrenic. I want to learn about sociopathy with someone who is antisocial. I want to learn about being a psychopath from a psychopath. A lot of autism awareness is for the parents of autistic children and not so much for the autistic people. So the best way to get results is to ask the people what they need, what they want, and you know. So if you are somebody with a divergent personality, no matter what it is, I'm interested in hearing from you. I'm very fascinated with the subject right now. I want to know where we are similar, where we're different, and what kind of stigmas you encounter. What have you done to cope? What do you try to stop it? Or I don't know. It's very interesting to me. And I guess I become interested in something like this, like the dark matters of the world that kind of creep out regular people. And I guess that's the point of this channel, is correlating autism with being a goth, because goths talk about this stuff to each other. And I don't know. If you have any suggestions or comments or concerns, please leave a comment below and I'll try my best. So thank you for watching. I hope this topic is interesting to you as it was for me. I'm just gonna keep climbing down this rabbit hole because I'm here. Might as well keep going, right? So I guess I will see you when I see you.